Hi, in this video we'll learn how to send a string to a file using the print function. We usually use the print function to send text to the standard output stream, to which the sys.stdout object is set by default. So for example, if we use the print function in interactive mode, print ABC, the output is sent to the same interactive window, and we can see it over here. But if you want, you can print text to a file instead. One way to do it is to manually reassign the sys.stdout object to a file, and then when done, reassign it back to the standard output stream. But then we have to first store the value of the standard output stream and then reassign back to it using the stored value. But there's an easier way to do it. The print function can be used with a file keyword argument to specify the exact destination for our text. However, be sure to assign a file object to it, not just the name of the file as a string. You can use various access modes like W or A for write and append, respectively. Well, this video is not specifically about file objects and access modes, so I'm not going to go into more detail here. But this is how you can use the file keyword argument in the print function to redirect the stream to a file. Here are some examples. Print, this is our string, part 1, and here we specify the file where we want to save our string. So as you can see, we create file objects using open with two arguments, the name of the file and the access mode. Now, if we use the W or write access mode, the file is created if it doesn't exist. And if it does exist, it gets overwritten. So only the last text sent to the file will survive. Now let's send another string to the same file. Let's change this to part 2. And here we have W again, which means this text will be just overwritten. And one more string, part 3. Okay. So first, as you can see, we're not getting the output on the screen. Instead, it's saved in the sample.txt file. And now let's read the contents of the file. So print open our sample.txt file with the access mode of R, which is for reading, but as this is the default value, we can skip it, and then read. And here is what was saved in the file, part 3. Well, part 1 was saved first, but then it was overwritten by part 2, and then it was overwritten by part 3. If we don't want our strings to overwrite the strings that were saved in the file before, we should use the A access mode, append access mode. So let's print part 1 to the same file again, but this time let's use append A. Then we can use the same for part 2 and for part 3. Fine. And now we can use the contents of the sample.txt file. So let's use this line of code again. Enter. And now as you can see, we have part 3, part 1, part 2, part 3. Well, this is a leftover from here. This was saved before with the W access mode. And now these 3 strings were appended to this. So we have part 3 and then part 1, part 2, and part 3. Well, this is basically it. This is how you can send a string, a text, to a file. Okay, that's it for this video. If you like it, a thumbs up would be great. Also, make sure to subscribe for future videos. If you want to leave a comment or ask a question, you're welcome to do so. Thanks for watching.